Boom. Atay, JAX, thank you very much for being here on this rainy Friday here in Halifax. I appreciate it.
No worries. How's it going?
Our pleasure.
This is it. I'm pumped to have you guys. I was saying before you got here, I was having a couple drinks this weekend and your music happened to come on and I just said, what's another song? What's another song? What's another song? What's another song? And I just I wasn't really disappointed by anything. I was like, what? So then I did a little bit more research on you guys and someone told me that we had a mutual brother-in-law, me and Atay, and I was like, what the f, we got to get these guys in here. And then stars aligned and now we're here sitting together in a rainy Friday morning.
Absolutely.
It's amazing, yeah.
By the way, if you keep going, you will find something that's disappointing.
I haven't, man. Yeah. On YouTube, I have not. I don't know.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome, yeah.
How did you two meet?
You want to take this one?
Yeah, I'll do it, yeah. I started doing music like a couple years before we met. So we met in 2019. And I started doing music a couple years before that, but we got asked to do a show together. Must have been 2018, technically.
I think so, yeah.
And he said yes to it. It was like essentially like this small lineup.
It's like a cypher type thing.
Yeah, it was at the Pavilion. Like it was a rapper thing. And I said no because I had never performed and I was scared. And he said yes. And I had heard of his stuff, so I like went to the performance to kind of check him out, and I thought he was good. Actually,
came to vibe check me.
Yeah, I pretty much did. And then he like saw me outside and was talking to me, and then we walked into the venue together, and he was like, "Yo, man, like, can you film my set?" So then he hands me his phone, and I just stood there and filmed his set with his phone the entire time.
Yeah,
and then there was like what, like 30 people there?
Yeah,
20,
30 people there. Yeah.
And I left immediately.
Seems like a sneak diss. Are you getting that from Atay? This seems like a diss.
I don't know. I didn't play.
But so. Then we didn't talk for like 4 or 5 months afterwards, and then one day I was like, you know what? This guy's great. He makes great music. My stuff wasn't at the level. Like I was producing myself. I didn't know anything. I didn't know what I was doing. I knew he did, so we linked up and made my first album, Honey, and it's kind of been history ever since.
When you guys say someone wanted you guys to play together, perform together, who was that person that wanted you to perform together, and why randomly just you two? Obviously the guy was right.
Yeah, well, it was somebody for the NSCC music business program, because I was in that, and you have to like throw a show and invite a bunch of local city rappers to be part of the bill and the lineup, and I guess he had just heard about me and Atay through the grapevine and wanted to
separately, because we didn't. I think I had found he had a mixtape, and I found the mixtape. And so we'd interacted once on Instagram before that.
What was the interaction? Just like, hey, big fan, like great.
I was like, I like this mixtape. Like, I don't know. I was probably not very cool, but I probably try to play it cool. But I was like, yeah, this is cool. I like it.
Yeah.
And then we never talked again. And then I saw that. I think I saw that you got put on it.
Yeah.
Or they might have said in the email like the other people who were doing it, and you're one of the names. And I was like, oh yeah, that's that. Funny looking guy.
Funny looking guy.
And then we met there. And that was it.
Yeah.
It's not like a romantic story at all. It was very just like happened. There was no choice. Yeah. And we didn't want to be a duo at all either. Like,
no,
not at the time. We were really like
solo. I want to be solo.
Yeah, we were really, I think, a little more ego driven. Like I want to make what I want to make. And we were very different then too. Like our music did not sound quite the same.
No, we were in 2 different genres, 2 different lanes. But then once we started dropping music like together, when he was featured on my album, people seemed to really like that. And it was like undeniable that those were the songs that were getting the most streams, were the ones where me and Atay were both on them. So it kind of didn't make sense not to like join up like that and make the Avengers, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I guess.
Yeah. And we did.
Yeah.
You guys, you go.
Sorry, and even still, we didn't want to like the first album we ever made together. That was the 2 of us. Like, we didn't want to be a group. Like, it was just that it was a collab album. That's how we were. Yeah. We were in denial, I guess. Like that we were gonna end up being a duo, but it was like it was just a collab album. Like 2 solo artists coming together to make an album.
What was that aha moment? It's like, damn it, we're good together. What was that moment?
I think it's when we started doing the shows.
Yeah.
And like we didn't even have to talk on stage. We were just like in the zone together. And it was like, yeah, this is way more fun with someone to share the anxiety and the workload and, you know, all that stuff.
I would not have nearly as much fun. And it would I would have never performed. Like the only reason I performed is because we did the songs for his solo album, and then like you essentially got asked to perform.
Yeah.
And then I just went and came and we did it together. But I never would have done it alone. I was way too scared of it at the time. Like
there's one music video you guys did back in 2019, and I'll say it to you, but your presence on stage was a little. You could tell you were a little nervous.
Yeah.
And I saw what's the video I'm talking about?
I think "In a Way for You Tonight."
Yes.
Yeah.
And I saw a video recently of 2000. I think it was this past year. Totally different.
Oh yeah.
Totally different.
He's really grown
Totally
into himself on that one.
Did you find like the stage presence, I guess for both of you, like the in between songs, every time I talk to an artist, in between songs you have to do a little bit of banter. Is that difficult for you guys, or did that come naturally for you guys to interact with the audience that's in front of you?
At least at the beginning, Atay was like, you gotta talk. I can't talk to these people. I was like, okay, like I like to think I'm okay at that. But yeah, you definitely, it's weird. Like the in between of the songs that like,
What do you like to say?
Preferably nothing. I'd rather just go right to the next song. But like,
we're great at it now.
Yeah.
At first it was a little awkward, but like, I don't know. It's only awkward now if we're doing like a weird show.
If we're at a place where not a lot of people know us and there's not a huge crowd there, it's like, what do you even say? Are you like, hey, did you like that one? Like, here's the next song. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's weird energy.
We definitely don't try now though. Like, we don't have to. I don't even worry about it anymore. I just like say whatever comes in my head essentially, and I like.
There's no anxiety about it. It's just it is what it is.
If it's our show, like if it's our Halifax show or something, like I don't even worry about it. I don't even think
you could say anything and people would just be stoked about it.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't care. They just like to scream.
When I asked about that aha moment, and you guys were probably when we had a live show, do you think it was people giving you the satisfaction of going, oh, you guys are unbelievable? Or do you think it was you two that recognized it first and went, oh, we are pretty good together? Like, do you think you had to get that permission from other people to go, oh, you guys are creatively great together?
I think so, a little bit. I don't know if
I think both.
Yeah, a little bit of both, but definitely like when we're doing it and people are screaming and like, you know, I remember the first time when someone asked me to take a photo. I was confused. I was like, but why? Like, why would you want to do that?
It was the first show we ever did.
Yeah, first show. Yeah, we had some fans come out and want to take some photos. So that definitely helped and like boosted my confidence.
Only time we ever took photos together. I swear to God, every show we do now, like we're split up. We don't see each other for 3 hours afterwards. Yeah, and then we'll be in a completely different location.
Yeah.
Sometimes not even in the same province anymore. And then I'll be like, oh, what's up? But like,
what are you doing?
It's true. It's true, man. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think it was because like heat of like COVID and quarantine, we weren't allowed to have like merch tables or anything. Like even if it was a sit down show or so, like we couldn't have a little merch table. And like traditionally, like artists just go to their merch table after the show if people want to come say hi.
Yeah.
And then you can like get pictures together by the merch table.
Yeah.
But we were never allowed to have them, so we'd only done like 3 or 4 shows pre-COVID, so like we just never learned how to properly like end a show and go somewhere to see people. So we just like go in different directions and like
Just
we're really bad.
Yeah,
at that.
we are very bad for that. Yeah.
Why is it important that you guys have to be together?
Pictures, because it's like
Just
there's no evidence that anybody came to our show. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I guess. Yeah.
it's like if they take a picture of you, they post it on their Instagram. It's like people see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like that's kind of 90% of our marketing.
I was thinking stories on Instagram though, like, you know, the people in the crowd going, "We're here at 8 to 8." You know,
That's true too. Yeah, that also happens.
But I guess people do want to get to know you as people. You know, like you're artists, so they just hear your music, but to be able to sit down and like, "Hey, you're a real person. What's up?" I guess that could help. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think it does. I think it has over the couple of years that we've been doing this.
How was the grind during COVID? Did it suck not being able to perform?
Oh my gosh. Well, it's like, sorry, you go.
No, you go.
When we dropped last night, it was like such an upwards trajectory that it was going really, really well. But like we only got to experience that for like, oh gosh, maybe like a month, maybe 2 months before COVID hit, and it was like we were going like this and this and this, and then it was like boom, there was nothing. We couldn't do anything. So I think we buckled down for a little bit and just started working on our solo albums.
Yeah, we did a solo album each after like during COVID essentially.
Oh yeah?
I think it was like we still had a little bit of solo album energy left.
Needed to
in
get
us.
it out of me, and like what better time than COVID to, you know, do that.
I think one of the things for me, it was like I didn't want to follow up Last Night, which was our first sort of duo album, like mid-COVID, where it was like it felt like we had to really top it because it did do well for us really fast.
Yeah.
And still, at least right now, is our biggest album. But it's like I didn't want to release something like that. Like in the middle of COVID, where it's like there's no parties and there's no shows. And there's no way.
No way to like market that album other than just like
music doesn't share without like that sort of social interaction properly.
That's smart.
So then we did our 2 solo albums. You think it's smart, but it kind of screwed us over, like because we confused like music people and like labels and stuff, and then they were like, "Who are you? You guys together?" Like.
Make up your mind. What are you?
They thought we were confused, but I think by the time we did the solo stuff, we knew we were going to be a duo.
Yeah, we
were just trying to fill the 2.5-year COVID period with some music, because it was like we don't want to drop nothing, but like we also don't want to try to
put our best work together and drop an amazing duo album that we can't do anything with.
Yeah.
So,
how important is honesty in your guys' relationship? Like just like feeling like actually how you feel and being like, no man, that sucks. Like how important is that?
I think Atay's always been incredibly honest. It's taken me. I mean, we're good now. It's taken me a while to speak my truth, but like you said, it's hard to run a stable business and relationship without that. So I think I'm getting better at that. But Atay's always just been deadly honest about most things. So.
Give me an example. Just give me an example. He's been really honest. What's up?
I remember we were recording. Last night, and like we were like kind of like getting close, and like we weren't like as close as we are now, and I was like having a really hard time with something. It was for Oh My God, remember that? And you're just like,
oh my God, I forget about this story.
No pun intended.
Yeah, literally. And I guess he was just like, it was crunch time, we needed to finish it, and he was just honest with me. He's like, hey man, you need to do this right now. Go to your car, have a cigarette, calm down, come back, do it. And I was like, whoa, man. Like,
it was way meaner than that. I couldn't sing at the time, like at all. I didn't have a vocal range, and like I can sing enough now. But at the time I couldn't sing, and he could always sing. And we were singing the hook to that song, and it was going back and forth, like we're doing line for line. I could do it fine. And he was trying to tell me he couldn't do it. And I was like, I know you can do it. Like, I'm not stupid. If I can do it, you can do it. It's that simple. And he was like, I can't, man. I can't. Like, it's not today. Like, I'm not doing it. I was like, okay, well, go to your car. And he went and he had a cigarette and came back in and nailed it first take.
Yeah.
First take.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's when I knew that, Atay was the man for that. To be honest and tell me, hey, like, buckle up and just do it. Like, tough love.
Cigarette in the car probably helped.
I think that probably helped a little bit. I do.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think honesty's key for something you guys are trying to do.
Absolutely.
It's, man, like the music I was listening to on the weekend and this morning with my espresso, like, the quality's incredible. It sounds like you guys are in a $1 million studio with incredible record. I don't really know anything about, but that's my question. Like, how does the recording and the process of making everything sound so professional? How does that go?
I mean, like I said, I gotta give that to Atay. I know nothing about that.
So it started with my like old bedroom at my parents' house in like 2019.
Love it.
And then
had the mattress on the wall and everything.
It's like it's a really small room, and that's not great for recording like audio. And so like we would take my old like mattress and like shove it in the doorway so that it would catch some of the like reverb and stuff. And I was doing it all then. And I was not that good, honestly. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just kind of using my ear, to be completely honest.
You put headphones in or laptop? Like, how did you listen to it?
I did both.
Yeah.
I started on headphones, but by this point I had speakers. So I was listening to like professional studio monitors or like low level, the ones we still use now.
Yeah.
And then eventually what happened is I moved into a house with my manager during COVID, and he used to manage another guy who's now one of our best friends in the world, and he goes by Sunsetto, and he's like an R&B musician.
Amazing artist.
He's
recommend checking him out.
Sun who? Sorry,
Sunsetto.
Sunsetto. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
he's like sort of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a lower like modern R&B.
Okay,
sort
cool.
of. And so we met him there, and he wasn't signed at the time. He is now, and Jackson was working on his solo album after our duo album, and he helped him make a couple songs, and he mixed and mastered them for Jackson, and I had to do the other songs, and it was an absolute nightmare because I just couldn't keep up. Like, I was just like, I can't do this to this level. I can't get this as loud. I can't get it as clear. And I think I got them good enough at the time, but I really didn't stop working on it until like the last moment. And then I had my solo album come up, and I just brought it like almost finished, like 90%, to Kyle Sunsetto, to help me finish it. And I learned like literally so much because I had done all of my own mixing and mastering, and sometimes like half the creative, of the song is actually done in like post, and like how you're, turning things up and down and how you're making things sound like spatially, and like you can completely change how your song sounds. And so he taught me all of the nerdy stuff, and I'm sure I showed him one or two things, but he really knew it well. And so then I got to watch him do it on my album. And now I feel like I'm at a level that I can do it properly now, like at least where it's not worth spending thousands of dollars to get because it would be like $5,000 a song to get a mix and master.
I heard it's expensive.
It's insane.
I don't have
It's
money.
insane.
I don't have the money to do that. So if I can do it now to a level, and then the albums that we just put out, we did those with Kyle. Kyle came and lived in my house for like a month, and we mixed and mastered the albums together. And that was when I was like, now after doing those, I'm like, yeah, I got it. Like, we're good. I don't think we need. If anything, I just need money for like plugins and like digital stuff. We're not sending anybody any money to mix and master.
No,
it's so.
And like I said, I also I've been working with them I still know.
He loves making jokes about it.
I don't get any of it. I just
me and Kyle
show up and let it all out. Let it come out.
I rap and drive, man. That's all I know how to do.
You're driving the golf cart in the pellet gun video pretty well.
Thank you. Yeah.
It seems like that's the common route to success these days, whatever success is for anyone, but doing it yourself rather than waiting for someone to do it for you. I don't have to say this. It's a pretty obvious thing. If you want to do something, you can do it through the internet and through, if you have one of those things, it's
straight up.
It's just, you can
I
do
essentially
it.
just have, I know people can't see, like something exactly like this, just a
Focus
little
rate.
smaller, like less inputs. I have a cloud lifter. I have one of these, but we only got this in like the last year.
How much fun is getting one of these?
Oh my
It's
God,
the best
it was
feeling.
a game changer. Remember, I bought it out of my pocket. Like I just spent like $1,000 and bought the cloud lifter and this. And because where we've been always recording is it's never been the best like sound area, like a lot of reverb, a lot of echo. This thing's great because it's so directional. Like you can just stick it right in your face and it sounds good. Whereas
Screaming
like,
it.
yeah, we were using just like more traditional microphones that have more of an open face that catch a lot of the background noise before that. Like they're good, but they just didn't. This one's hard to screw it up, essentially.
When you're like, get the fuck off my dick. Is
Yeah,
that
you're
with this
screaming.
mic?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You like that song?
Oh, I love that song.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable. Get
Oh.
the fuck off my dick.
Yeah.
My girlfriend is up.
swear.
I hid my girlfriend upstairs. She's not coming down before you boys are here. You guys fucking. She's not coming anywhere near here. She's upstairs locked in the closet.
After
She's not
hearing
coming She's not touching. She's not coming anywhere near you guys right now. But I did have to ask about that pellet gun music video. Your guys' body language, your energy, everything was incredible about that. I was wondering if you guys had to do like 2 or 3 takes because I was like, that's too good not to first take. It's too good.
We definitely did a few.
I was gonna say you
I
guys-
smoked so many cigarettes that day.
I don't. What'd you say? I don't smoke and drive. Or no, I don't.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
And then the scene was you with the cigarette on the golf cart.
Yeah.
I was like- But that video, I was like, these guys, the energy is just through the roof. So I wanted to know what that day was like shooting that music video and who shot it for you. And did you guys do some directing or did the person holding the camera do the directing?
Well, that's actually a great question because that video, I feel like I loved it when it came out, but within a few months I was like, I hate this because it's just what happens is you just get so like, I don't know, caught up in your own bullshit. Like you're just like,
I've always loved the video.
but then
I love it.
I came back to it. I
there
came
you
back
go,
to it. I think more for me, it was like, I just don't look like that anymore. And so as I started to look different, I was like, God, I look fucking stupid in that video. Like, you know what I mean? And like, some guy made a comment to me once at a party that was really funny about he was like, said something to me, but he was like, I really like that Pelican song, man, but like, you're kind of fat.
Oh, what the fuck?
And I was like, and that's a true story.
It is a true story.
Is he being a dick or he just...
I don't think he got him.
He just like, I don't. He was like trying to be like, I don't know why it mattered. If I wasn't even fat, I was just a little chubby, which is just like been. It's a joke now. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. Jackson got me back though. He had my back on that.
that sure did, buddy.
I mean, I can't really say much more.
Did it go down?
I can tell you off air.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
No, but it was a good.
Well, shout out to Rob, right?
Yes, and it was a really good shoot. It was me, him, and my buddy Rob, who I went to film school with, who actually like we didn't do a bunch of stuff with like over COVID because we weren't really shooting as much. We did one music video and it never came out because of some issues with like copyright stuff. But yeah, we kind of just came up with the idea, the three of us, and then picked the locations, and then just on the day we're like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that?
Was it in Lunenburg?
Yeah.
I think it cost us like other like
It was probably
gas
500.
excluded for 500.
It was probably 500, yeah. For all the props and gas excluded.
Yeah.
I mean, I include that in my budget, so I don't know what fucking budgets you're doing.
No,
You didn't drive,
No,
so
well, I
maybe-
lived there, so of course it'd drive.
Yeah, he made
I
it.
lived in Lunenburg. But like very inexpensive to shoot that. Like the golf carts were free. We like the tennis courts we were allowed to use for free. Like it would.
Did you just wait for everyone to leave, or like you rented the tennis court?
No, I just asked. I mean, I've played tennis there my whole life, so I just asked the lady who worked there. I was like, "Hey, can we shoot a music video?" I mean, obviously, didn't show her the song before because maybe her opinion might have changed.
Yeah, it's about tennis. The song.
Yeah, it's about 10. We're gonna be wearing these outfits. And it's gonna be really great. You're gonna love it. But yeah, it's super inexpensive to shoot that. It was dope.
Yeah, we got harassed by a bunch of kids at the tennis court, though. Like a bunch of like
They're making-
13, 14-year-old kids came up and you were like, you guys fucking suck.
Yeah.
They're making you lick dog shit and stuff. Yeah.
Step brothers.
They were
Yeah.
mean. But
They were mean, man.
we have a video somewhere of me like clowning one of them. I was like, you guys gotta get the fuck out of here. Some of them actually ended up becoming our fans, and they must be like 25 by now.
Yeah.
With the way time's flown, but like they ended up being really cool, and like saw the video later, and it like actually did numbers, and so they were like, "Hey, you met me at the
Yeah, you met me at
tennis
tennis
court,
course.
yeah.
And then you and Rob edited it together.
yeah." So I edited it with my buddy Rob.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's a great.
and we did did you watch PG-13?
in the movie theater.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that was also us and Rob and another guy that we know, Chris, who's really great.
How much was it to rent the movie theater
$70, I think.
for like an hour?
Yeah, we had it was like 2 hours, 2.5 maybe, but it was not as much time as you wanted, but it was so cheap. And we used it to like the short scene where you see me come out in like
Dressed as Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
that was also at the theater, and then also the one where I come out. It looks like I'm coming out of the back of a restaurant, and he's shirtless outside. That was also the theater. So we like used it for like 3
If you'd
things.
never seen that video, you'd be so curious to know what it is just by hearing
He's
that.
smoking a cigarette like outside, and I come out dressed like I'm working at like a
Arby's.
Arby's.
Yeah.
Like I come out like an Arby's guy.
Yeah.
That was also the theater.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
That does sound.
It does
absolutely
sound like a
fucked.
fever dream.
It's
doesn't
a
it?
fucked up video.
Yeah,
so,
it sure is.
How does She Got a Booty, I'm gonna take her to the movie? Like, how does that come about? Are you sitting down and going?
That's great because we were actually like sitting in Atay's bedroom.
It was still my old bedroom at my parents at the time.
And I think we were just really trying to write a song, and we were just had this beat up, and I was just freestyling. We do a lot of freestyling to try and find a flow or a lyric that will hit, and I was just like, "Oh, we got to take her to the movies, to the booty." And Atay was like, "What did you just say?" He like paused the beat and stopped. He's like, "What did you just say to me?" And I was like, "She got a booty. I'm gonna take her to the movie." And you're like, "That's it. That's it. That's the hook."
all I did was put it in a different place and then add what's
up at the end of it, and then that's history. Yeah, like
he's
sometimes
he's really great at freestyling. I'm absolutely.
yeah?
I'm
Yeah.
ass. I suck so bad at it.
that's the one thing I think I got on Atay. I think I can sometimes spit a dope freestyle.
I'm gonna work night and day now. No, I can't. I just can't do it. My brain just doesn't work like that.
Yeah, it's a skill.
It definitely is, man.
I just don't have. I don't have enough to say off the top of my head like that.
And then you got to make it rhyme on top of that.
I feel like I can do that. I just can't. I have nothing to say.
You should freestyle right now.
Yeah, hold on.
Pull Mark, get a beat up.
Yeah, pull up a beat, man.
Absolutely not. I walk off. Yeah. No, he's much better at that. So, and sometimes the best things that you do, like I'm good at freestyling like melodies and like for like anything where we're singing, like I can sit there and give you 15 different melodies in a second, but they're not gonna have words behind them yet.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I'll get something, but not really. But he was just doing it, and then we just found that.
Yeah.
It was stupid
Just
enough
stuck,
that I was
yeah.
like, perfect. Because the beat is really wonky.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it's a different, almost like a circus type beat. It's like, it's cool.
It's wonkier when you hear it without our voices on it, actually.
That one
never
goes hard.
drop it.
No, that's like, that's peak Atay and JAX right there. That song, like, still goes so hard at live shows. Like, it's good.
How do you guys pick like the girls and the guys, like the father sitting across from the couch?
That's
and the
Rob.
That's Rob.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
Rob.
it's-
Oh, so that
yeah.
makes sense. That's easier. Yeah.
And a lot of time for music videos, just like getting our friends involved, I think has been huge. 'Cause,
Makes it
like,
more fun, yeah.
Makes it more fun. I mean, they're always so stoked because, like, why wouldn't you want to like be in a dope music video? And for the So What music video, like all of that was like free pretty much. Like all of our friends came out and were in it, and we bought them pizza, and it was great. And yeah, it just makes it more enjoyable, I think, to do it like that.
That's sick.
Yeah.
And the girls that were in that video were just friends of Jackson's.
Yeah.
And they absolutely killed it that day.
Yeah, they sure did, man.
They were on.
Yeah, man, you guys are good at like tricking the audience to making these $70 to rent a movie theater. I was like, oh, that's rented a movie theater.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say trick, but you guys are good at
like-
making it appear like that's a budget movie. Right? That's
Yeah,
a
man.
budget.
We're going back that direction now.
Yeah.
Because we kind of stepped away and like
We were
did
doing some
things a
more
little
high budget type stuff, which is
professionally,
amazing. But like right now, like we don't have the funds for it. Like there's no way we have the
Everyone's
money for
still
it.
recovering from COVID.
So
Everyone needs a couple
absolutely.
shows.
If you guys want to be in a music video, like
Let me
we
know.
can't pay you anything.
if you guys,
Sorry, Mark.
if you guys bring pizza, let me know. I'm
Yeah,
there. Some
no,
good
yeah,
pizza
for sure,
and a
yeah.
trip to Lunenburg. I'm down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got to work with some really cool people when we did the other ones though, which is like best friends and
Yeah.
Shout out to Griffin and Andrew. Yeah.
They're just really awesome people who do like film and photography, like in the city, and they're like just like professionals. So it was really cool to kind of like work with those people
To
and,
be professional for a day.
like have a set where it wasn't because everything else was me, Jackson, and Rob, and not that like Rob isn't good enough to be a professional or like we couldn't try. It's just like I've known Rob for like 8 years. Like I don't see him and think what a professional. Like I'm like, oh, that's my buddy Rob.
That's my guy giving me a lift home.
He is very professional though.
No, yeah,
But we're
he's
gonna
great.
we're gonna do some like new stuff with for some of the new songs with Rob because he loves doing it.
Maybe a drive music video in the future.
We kind of do. We got to do that.
Yeah, we kind of do got to do that.
God, that's daunting. I don't think I can scream at a camera, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Fresh back from Toronto. Other than the shows, what's the goal going to another city like Toronto? What's the goal?
Just to like when we went the first time, like did our show, just to turn as many people that don't know anything about us into Atay and JAX fans. It was great for when we just got back because we had people that were there that were like, hey, like I literally heard about you guys yesterday. I'm now like a huge fan for life. So it's like that's the goal, to bring that kind of energy back here, and when we go back out there, be able to do a show that's 3 times the size of the one last time, and like just keep multiplying that.
It's not about meeting record labels. It's not about that.
It can be.
It can be.
We
That's-
haven't gotten
yeah.
lucky enough that like timing has worked out. Like
Yeah.
like the few people that we do know, sort
in
of
that kind of industry.
just haven't been there when it was.
Couldn't make it to the show.
You guys are
Like,
finishing each other's sentences. I love it right now.
That's what trauma does.
That's what Toronto does, man. Yeah, so that's the goal, I think.
Well,
Anyways,
worst case Ontario, you just do the show for whoever's there.
yeah, and the show we did was amazing.
It was really
yeah.
good.
It was
Really
sweet.
hot on the stage.
Oh my
disgusting,
gosh,
but
yeah.
it was a good.
And usually I take my shirt off, but like I wasn't
We didn't know
feeling
enough of
it. It was like too uncomfy to be shirtless in front of that many strangers. You know what I mean?
You should have done it. Fuck it.
Yeah,
That
no,
would've
I
been
just
amazing.
haven't worked out in a little bit. I haven't played tennis in a while, so.
I
don't
think
know, man.
what was really daunting is like half the crowd was like they had us on a rock stage, so like the portion of the crowd, which is probably like a third who didn't know who we were, like they were like rock fans. Like
Yeah,
they were
like
there
pop
for like
punk rock indie type stuff,
like a
that.
little bit of screamo side. It's like, and they were like, some of them were like dressed to that, and it was just like, it was horrifying. I was like, I don't know if like they're gonna think we're fucking idiots, like especially with some of the stupid songs that we have, like the PG-13s, and like where it's not even rock at all, like there's not even a guitar in the song. Like
You open up with June.
actually they might have liked that one.
Maybe, honestly, maybe. Who knows?
But yeah, it went well though.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
I love Toronto. I do. I know you do, especially as well.
yeah, I want to go there
Yeah.
permanently. Yeah, like I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm done with Spryville. I'm tired of it.
I just moved here. I don't mind it. I like the people.
25 years of this. I'm 25
that's
years
fair.
of Spryfield.
That's fair.
I could live in Lunenburg for the rest of my life.
Could you?
I would love it. Yeah.
Gross.
I think whatever happens is it's gonna be all right for you guys.
I hope so.
I appreciate that, man. I do. Yeah. We just gotta keep hustling. Like we got 2 years like ripped off of our, music careers from COVID. So we kind of got to make up for lost time on that one. Just keep making music, keep doing shows. Like there's way more places in Canada we'd like to go, and to the States, like do the college circuit, do a bunch of crazy shows like that. But
Yeah, you definitely have that college vibe.
it'd be good to do that before, we're too old. You don't think?
Yeah, I don't know. I see a lot of people who are doing college shows who are in their like mid 30s, and they just seem like they're in their mid 20s. I can't name anyone on the top of my head right now, but I just know that there's a lot of
I
artists.
probably
out
can
there.
name a couple.
I'll
but
take
I
that.
Won't.
I'll take
Yeah.
that. I'll take that. That gives me a little bit of hope.
I just think it's about it, not to sound corny. I just think it's about energy. If you have a young energy, I think you can relate to a young crowd. That's just me. And you guys have a lot of energy from what I listen to and from what I see in your
Absolutely, man.
music videos.
Yeah.
You guys just have energy, and young people have energy. It's the way I see it.
They
I
do.
want to get like, I've always, and this is funny that I mentioned this, but I was just like looking through your guys' Instagram and being taken back to my days of playing hockey. I want somebody like, I want like a sports figure to endorse us, like a significant sports figure to like find.
Get
our
Richard too.
music. Well, Richard's he's retired.
Yeah.
Richard,
Wife,
yeah,
kids.
Richard.
Do you know what I mean though? Like that would be so cool to me. Like I don't even care which sport. Like somebody who plays on a professional team to find our music and really like it, like and play it in the locker room.
Yeah,
it's like
there's-
I know that I
yeah.
know enough about that culture to know that like that would be the coolest thing.
Yeah, like a winning song, like all the boys just won. Put on that Atay and JAX song. Yeah.
That would get me
really
hyped up.
stupid.
Yeah.
No, that gets me hyped just thinking about it. For sure.
I fucking think that hockey players would like PG-13. I
Yeah,
think it's the right amount of stupid.
it's almost like you got to start with like the Mooseheads. Like you got to start local, but they don't film anything inside the room. But I know what you mean. It's
But
definitely
even
a
if they
thing.
don't film it, like they meet so many people, they travel so many places, they play on so many teams. Like, it's actually a weird kind of marketing opportunity.
I just find video so powerful. Like that's why we're filming this.
yeah.
People will listen to it,
Absolutely.
but
yeah.
if you don't see it, I don't
Right.
know. I just find people don't really believe it happened. Hence Instagram.
So, yeah, literally.
I'll
though.
sneak
Yeah.
into the back of the.
Yeah, just like you did with him. You got up on stage and just like started filming it. That's how you do it.
No, seriously though. Yeah.
But no, like I love you guys can just see the grind in you. I think that's cool.
Yeah,
I think it's easy to be
we-
lazy in your industry, but you guys work hard.
And especially on these these albums that we just dropped. That was heavy, man.
It was
that
a
was-
job for a bit there.
I was like working. I was working full time for a bit, so it was like get up at 7 a.m. and then work until like had an hour off in between or so, but work until 5:30, and then go from 5:30 right to Atay's house until like 2 or 3, and just did that for like a month, and it was hard, man. I'm tired, boss.
2 or 3. Do you drink coffee?
No,
You don't drink coffee. So
no.
cigarettes.
No, off cigarettes. Well, I vape, but like
How do you stay up? Just
willpower,
Beer.
man. Beer.
Yeah, like we drank
Beer,
a lot,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm still like
Yeah.
I'm trying to like get off of it because that whole like month and a half for me, like I don't know, it was such crunch time, and like as much as artists don't talk about it enough, like alcohol. I mean, it's obvious that any substance for artists are just like kind of a crutch, but it's like it's so easy.
Got the toller
Like,
over there.
like I can do my job sometimes like twice as fast if I'm a bit buzzed because you just it comes pouring at you. Like it's easier.
I hate that you're right.
No, it's,
Yeah,
it's
no,
horrible.
yeah.
I didn't drink until after we met. I didn't drink until I was like 22, and so like I got to have to not do it, and then as soon as I started drinking, I was like, wow, like
Just
this
brings
is
the fun out
easy.
of it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this is a joke.
Yeah.
I should have been famous 3 years ago.
No, yeah, the crunch time was deadly.
But a lot of my favorite songs we wrote sober.
Yeah.
But it, you know,
Yeah.
I got to bring up the parents. It's not the easiest thing, your son going, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. I did it with the podcast thing. I finally convinced them it's going to work out, but it's not an easy conversation. How does it work with your guys' family, or was everyone pretty cool with it?
Thankfully, shout out to my mom, God love her. She was always like, had the idea that you can do what you want, and like I'll always support you and do it. So like when I was like 15 and I was like, hey mom, like I'm gonna be a rapper, like obviously she's like, okay Jacko, like for sure, like she's British, so
Oh, is she?
yeah. So she was like, you can do it what you want, and I was like, okay.
hear her in my head right now.
Yeah. But then it got, obviously it started picking up, and like I think it really clicked for her when she came to one of my shows, and there was like 400 people there, and like she was in the crowd, and like yeah, I think she was like, yeah, no, like I get it now. Not that she never did, but she was very supportive, and I'm obviously blessed for that, because I don't think I would have been able to do it without like a really strong support system behind me like that. I think that's huge to try and like do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What about Atay? You got the support?
Yeah, and like I wish I didn't. I wish I had some cool like story, but it was honestly like a few years before I met Jackson, I remember I was like at dinner table and I had been making music like privately in my room, and I didn't tell them anything.
It's like an in the closet type thing.
Yes.
You just like got to come out.
I did, and I was like, and I
seriously.
essentially what I did at the dinner table, and like Alicia was there, like my whole family was there at the time, and I was like, yeah, so I made a rap album and I'm gonna release it, and everybody was like,
drop the fork.
Yeah.
car accident outside. Yeah. Fire.
a plane goes by.
That's good.
They were just like, not that they were weird about it. I think I just caught them off guard, and like they were like, okay, and then I released it, and then as soon as I started doing it, it was like they loved it, and like they were all very cool about it. And Alicia, who's now famous, which is so insane to think about, was like one of my biggest supporters immediately. Like
Before she got famous, she used to sell tickets at the door for us.
Yeah, she used to sell tickets to our show, which is so funny.
Yeah.
And like do all of our like sell the merch, and like do all of our posters for the shows. Like she used to design our posters.
Yeah, she did too.
So it's like when it like it didn't even exist then. Like that was still like, now at least I feel comfortable being like I'm a musician, but like at the time it was still
It
really
did take a
hobbyish.
while though, like at least for me to convince my parents about the like the PG-13s and the drives, and like because they love all the like the songs that are like sad and stuff like that, but those ones where it's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking bitch, fucking blah, blah, blah. It's like she's like, really, like really though. And
I've
like,
always wondered that about rappers.
Yeah.
always
See, and
wondered how
I'm
their
like,
moms feel.
mom, like you know I gotta do it, like
The dad's like,
yeah, literally, yeah, totally.
Yeah, the Drive was my dad's favorite.
Yeah.
And my mom's least favorite before the album. She was like, I just don't like it. And my dad was like, I love it. I love it so much.
yeah. Don't tell your mom, but I love it.
My mom has come around to it, though.
Oh, good.
She posted
That's
something
good.
on her story about how something and Drive were her favorite songs. And I was like, Mom, it's
In
kind of
June,
weird,
Drive,
man.
our favorite song.
Yeah, I'm like, kind of weird. You know how much I got that when I posted that poll?
No.
Sorry, side note.
Yeah.
Like,
What?
that's the two. They'd be like, Injured and Drive.
Love
You
it.
guys are not helping figure out like what
What
kind of
lane
music
we
should
gotta
make.
stay
It's
in. Yeah.
completely different.
Yeah.
But they are. My parents were always really supportive.
That's the best.
They come to like 90% of our shows. They just love to like have a night out and come watch. So,
That's sick.
Yeah, it's been great. Like it's and my sisters too. Like they come all the time.
Yeah, and well, I should mention too, my my older brother plays in our band. Like he's a drummer for us.
Okay.
Yeah, and my little brother does like a little bit of marketing here and there for us. He has a marketing degree, so like just trying to bring the whole family into the business.
You guys have a really tight knit group. It sounds.
We
like.
sure do, man. I think that's what's helped us, really hunker down and do it. Like,
Yeah.
because when we were like, not that it was bad, but like when me and Atay were just doing it like ourselves, like
There was
we were
no rules.
There was no. It was the wild fucking west out there, man. There was nothing that we couldn't do. Like, yeah, it was weird, but we got a good group right now. for sure.
I want to say the two songs I'm a big fan of are LeBron and 555. So I'll just say that.
LeBron.
Let's go. Let's go.
I
Thank
hate
you
that
so
song,
much.
and I don't ever want to.
This guy, you just hate the music video. I hate LeBron.
He hates it all, man. He hates it all.
No,
Life is good, AJ.
I did say I came around to like the Pelican video eventually. I just like I think I was more like an insecurity issue.
Yeah.
But LeBron was the last song we had to complete, and it was like really bothering me. Like everything else was done, and I was still waiting to finish LeBron, and it was kind of annoying. Like it was just the mix and the way that I had to submit everything, and I had to write a verse in like a day, and like just force it on the song and be like,
The stakes were high.
if I hate it, I hate it.
They were.
So I think naturally I just hated it, but I do love the song.
Isn't that funny how the thing that you hate, everyone else loves the most? Like it's so weird how that happens.
Seriously, though.
It's the weirdest thing. Like
there's
the biggest
songs
insecurity.
songs that we have that we are like almost feel obligated to do at live shows where it's like, man, I'm over this song.
We usually agree. To be fair, like our song's So What. We both hate it for some reason.
I fucking hate that song, man.
I don't know why. We just hate it.
It one day you wake up and then me and AT looked at it. We're like, this fucking sucks, man. Like,
and we don't even play it live anymore. Which is sad, but
I was brushing my teeth this morning listening to June. And I was just like, I don't know, this gets different. Like, it's just a guitar, and I don't know who was singing. Was it both of you? Is it you?
Atay.
It's just like, and I'm like, man, it must be, I don't want to say tough for you, but like, it's, I don't know, I'm not a musician, but to like express yourself with just a guitar in the back, it might be tough for a dude to do, but I'm sitting there brushing my teeth. I'm loving it because someone else is doing it, not me. I don't know how you feel about it.
That was
like,
a special one for me.
But it's just like, wow, this is an unbelievable song. And where I'm talking to this guy today, I wanted to ask you, like, was it tough for you to get in that zone of just not feminine, but just, it's just you singing in a guitar?
Really, yeah.
Yeah. When I wrote it, like, the final version is me playing a ukulele, which is, I guess, even more feminine. But when I originally wrote it, I wrote the song in like one sitting in like 2 hours. Like, and I played guitar a few times as a kid, but I had never really picked it up. But this is probably like a year and a half ago, and I picked up, like, I had my dad's acoustic guitar, and I just like was trying to relearn some chords, and so I just wrote the song to the 4 first chords I learned and the strumming pattern I did, and it was on guitar at the time, but it was really depressing, like the way, like the strumming pattern, and sort of the way I chose to play it. Like it's a really sad song to play on guitar.
But I don't know.
But on ukulele, it sounds completely different.
It changes the
so
whole.
So when I wrote the
vibe
song,
of it,
it was like, it was a guitar and not a ukulele, and the tempo was much slower. And so it was like, it was just really sad. And so then I had like played it for them, and they were like, yeah, this is cool. And I just didn't think about it. And we're constantly getting told, like, post on TikTok. And our friend left her ukulele at my house, and I just picked up the ukulele, and I was like, I wonder if I could just play that song on this and just do it faster. And so then I just did it and posted on TikTok. Like, not thinking that was ever going to be a song that we would ever do. And then it kind of gained traction on TikTok. And we were like, this is amazing. And I was like, okay, I guess we'll just put it on the album. Like, it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
But, like, getting into that state, like, I don't know. I think that growing up with sisters helps. Like, I felt like I could always say how I was feeling.
Yeah.
And if I played it for you on guitar the way it was originally written, it's
so depressing.
Yeah, like it doesn't feel.
The ukulele really helps add like a level of.
It doesn't feel cute at all. There's no It feels like
dark.
a horrible sad story.
Yeah,
like it's just. But that's what can change with tempo and like instrument,
melody, and all that stuff.
But it wouldn't have done it. Like nobody would have.
There's that great video of Atay playing that song live at our last Seahorse show in a very intimate setting. He's just him up there playing it, and I'm like. I'm pretty fucked up in the background, shirtless, just like going hard to the song, walking, pacing back and forth like a madman while Atay's singing this beautiful song, and I'm like doing it, and I'm like singing it with him.
You have like this posture, you're like.
I was on one. I don't know.
Well, it's hard to do like the heavy, intense songs, and then like to come down off of like the high of being in like.
I couldn't.
Clearly not. You were literally walking.
You're jumping up and down like.
I'll be there for you, Joe. Literally, that was literally me. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
You're you're like rapper ad-libbing me too.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Yeah, it was mad. It was mad. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Are the girls like, is that song for me? And you're like, yeah, it's for you. Yeah, it's for you.
I haven't gotten that with that one yet.
What? Oh my, you're lying.
I think the
You're
person
lying.
the person I wrote it about knows it's about them.
Okay.
And it's half about me.
Yeah.
Like it's more like, it's probably more egotistical than it sounds. Like it's more about like just the concept of not being able to be with somebody or be happy when you're not happy yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, well, June's almost up, so you gotta be there. You'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out.
In
man.
July, coming out.
Yeah. In July, coming out soon. No, that
I'm playing a
that's
harp
cool.
for that one. It's gonna be crazy.
Wait, how much time are we at right now?
We are 48 minutes.
48 minutes.
48 minutes.
So what does a day look like for you guys in terms of the work? Where are you still living out in Lunenburg?
No, I live on Brunswick Street, so
Okay,
just like
nice.
10 minutes away.
And then you're right here still.
Yeah, I'm in
Hood,
Sparville,
yeah.
just in like a little house apartment thing with our guitar player.
So how does like the scheduling go about when it comes to like, okay, we got to work, let's try to get like 5 hours of work in today. Like how does it work with that side?
Imagine I said that to you.
Well, I don't know.
No, that's a good question.
quit.
I might quit if
I
AJ
was
ever
like,
talked
"We're
to
gonna
me.
get 5 hours in today, buddy." He would be like, "Fuck this, I'm done."
I'm done, dude. Not doing shit. It's pretty, sporadic. Like, we kind of know when we need to be together to work on music. Like, especially for the albums. Like, we didn't even have to like say it. It would just be like, "Hey, I'm coming over after work. Like, I'll leave when I leave." So
Okay,
but,
so
like,
it's not like
yeah,
it's just you feel it out.
you feel it out. Yeah,
It's like we got no more today.
We've
We'll come back
tried.
tomorrow.
yeah.
Like I feel like we've tried to schedule before, and like sometimes you have to do a little bit of it. Like if we're in crunch time, I'd have to be like, "Okay, we'll just text for 10 minutes." We'll be like, "Okay, you got to come over Tuesday,
Yeah.
Wednesday, and Friday."
I hate texting. Just
Right.
call.
Oh,
Yeah,
I hate calling. Just text.
Yeah, dude. So,
I can't get this guy on the phone if my life.
Yeah, no,
depended
he's
on
right.
it.
He's
It's
right. Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah.
So like a little bit of that, but it's like you can't force it, right? Because if I know that a lot of musicians would hate for me to say this, but I feel like the way that we do our stuff is a little wrong to them. But like a lot of musicians are like, you go and you should, like, they try to treat it more like a job, or like you go and you do something, and if it sucks, it doesn't matter. You go and you do it. You do it until it's done, and even if it sucks, at least you completed something. We don't really do that, to be honest.
No.
with you. Like if we start to feel like something's off, like we'll try to spin our wheels for maybe an hour, and if nothing's coming, it's like, okay, we're
so you
done.
don't fight it.
No.
Sometimes it's there, and you gotta go for it. But like, I don't think we've ever successfully pushed through a hump like that and came out with something that ever made a project or anything like that.
Well, I feel like it's because we treat it like we're creating Atay and JAX stuff, not like I'm just songwriting. Like, because they're they're just two very different things, being an artist and a songwriter. So we treat it like we're artists, and we're
If the
trying
vibes
to
are
make-
off, it's hard to rally the energy to
we
like,
try.
Yeah.
Like we really do. Like I'll be like, okay, just like, let's just try something for like another 30 minutes. And if we don't get anything, we both know it's not going to happen.
Then
Because
we
a lot
just-
of it
then
is
we
like,
just get drunk and sad.
yeah, or he goes home.
Or I go home.
I go to bed.
Yeah, so it's
You guys like set a mood, like you like light what's incense, like are you just it's not
I
even
do
like
like
the,
I do
candles,
like
yeah.
candles.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And you got the lights, you know. I think vibes are a big thing, especially in the studio. Like lights off are good, lights up, like
Sometimes people
Yeah.
are there, like our
Yeah.
friends.
is that a distraction or is that good sometimes?
It's usually good.
usually good. It's
Yeah.
nice to like, cause me and Atay can really get in our heads sometimes, and especially when we're both not feeling it, we can kind of like play off each other and like really, you know, it cannot be good. But when there's external people there, they can provide some good energy for us, which is cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What do you think allows you guys to be where you are right now? In my head, you guys are successful. You guys are making some great music, and there's a
you,
lot
man.
of people that are in your position that are trying, but just
Yeah.
can't really make good music. You guys make good music.
Thank you.
What do you think the secret spice is to the blend that allows you guys just to, you know, day by day you're getting an inch better, an inch better, an inch better? What do you think the recipe is? What do you think that one spice is that allows you guys to push forward every day?
That's a great question.
I have a couple
Shit.
of ways to go about it, I guess.
Because there's a lot of people, boys, that are trying to make some music, and
Absolutely,
you know,
man.
and
Yeah.
not getting the recognition. And you
No,
guys
which
are.
is a sin because there's so
I
many
know.
amazing artists in the city, man. You know, like, so what? Like trying to think about the one spice. I guess for me it would be just like I think it's just me and Atay as people. I think our dynamic is different and unique, and I think like, you know, people are excited at the idea of us like coming to a live show is something that we've tried to like really like hit home to like, hey, like if you're not there that night, like you're really missing out. Like you're gonna have FOMO. Like, so I think that has helped us a lot. What about you, Atay?
I don't know. I don't know if there's a right answer. I think like for me, I know that if I didn't meet Jackson, I wouldn't have sang. And so I feel like there's like a thing where it's like artists, especially rappers, like have this idea where it's like oh no, I'm a rapper. Like I do this. And sometimes I think in other genres too, it's like, oh no, I do this. Like, and they don't have the sort of like innate want to like expand their kinds of music or like what they're able to do on a song, whereas we forced each other to do that because our interest in music and what we liked and what we did was kind of just different at the start. So like I made him get on songs that he never would have made, and he made me get on songs that I never would have made. So I think that was our secret spice, where it's like I never would have made a song like In June. I couldn't even sing when we released our first album. It's like that happened because of, you know, our competitive nature of like, he did his solo album and I had a mental breakdown and was like, I don't want to do music anymore, and called him crying. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. This is garbage. Yeah. Like, I'll never be as good as where you're at. And then like you make one song and it changes your mind, and then you keep going. And it's like, and then I'm like, okay, I got to learn how to sing. And I just sang and sang and sang until I figured it out well enough. It's like competitive with yourself and others. Like you gotta want it. I don't know. And sometimes like, except when you suck at something, like, you know,
that's big.
Like I don't love my voice. I just feel like my voice is kind of generic sometimes, but there's nothing I can do about it. I have to just keep going. Like there's nothing you can change about it. Like you just do it anyway. Like, yeah, I don't know.
That's a good answer. That's a fair answer.
How do you feel about that, JAX?
I agree. You haven't got me in tears over here, brother. That's good.
You guys I think you guys complement each other incredibly well. Like the story about how you yelled at him and he went in the car and smoked a cigarette and got it done, and you said you can't sing, so you sung June, but he helped you out type thing. Like I don't know. It seems like you guys just complement each other.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, brought each other up a lot over the course of our career and helped explore genres that we never would have. So it was sick.
Yeah, like I think too, it's like, just to reiterate, like I don't think that it's always that people think they're too cool to try other things. It's like you just don't care to. Like I just never wanted to really sing, but then we started making songs where that made sense, and then his music taste sort of bled into mine, and then I became a different person because we made music together, and then I wanted to do other things. Like it was just happened naturally because we were different. Whereas I feel like if you're in the room making music with somebody who's the same, like I don't know if you sort of bounce off each other to the point where you expand it all. I don't know. Like now I can make a whole like pop album. That's insane, because when we met, it was like I was a rapper. That was it.
Strictly on a rap diet.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And he was secretly wanted to be
a pop punk artist,
and then tried to slide it over to me.
It was like, hey, what do you think of this though? Which is, I'm glad we've got there. I like doing the double genres. I think it's really cool.
I think it's great as well. It adds variety, and you open up your audience more.
Yeah, 100%.
I usually talk to athletes, but I don't mind talking to artists, because now the people who love you are hopefully going to love this. You know, you got to be able to find more than just rap fans. I think.
Yeah,
totally, man. I agree. I fully agree. Yeah.
I fully agree.
I agree the most.
I agree more.
I was the first one that wanted to party.
I have a question for you.
Shoot.
Have you ever gotten nervous doing this?
Yeah, you get nervous like 5 minutes before the guest arrives, and then you get here and you sit down, he goes 3, 2, 1, and it goes away. But yeah, like every time.
That's
every like
valid,
couple minutes before.
Because you guys have some cool names. Like it's like I would be like
oh no. It's like I think what really helped me at the beginning was like doing it with my friends, because I was able to make like it would be like March Madness, and I had a buddy who loves basketball, so I'd be like, do you want to just come over and talk about basketball? And I was able to make mistakes with my friends during these things. But now this is episode 394.
Wow.
You know,
That's insane, man.
you just know how to do it now. It's like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I bet it's the same thing with you guys live performing.
Yeah, well, like you said too, like first song starts and it's gone, the anxiety's gone, but like the build up is like kind of can get pretty heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it can get
for
pretty
sure.
heavy, definitely.
But no, it's like when you guys said like, yeah, like I had to work a job this morning and stuff like that. Like I was at that point that you guys were at, and I put a lot more pressure on these podcasts because I was like, if this episode doesn't go well, I don't ask the right questions, I got to go back to my job.
Right.
And as soon as you just kind of let that out, you're just like, I know eventually one day you're just going to do whatever you want to do for fun, for
Totally.
like this. And as soon as you let that kind of go, it just kind of clicks. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, it's just like you can't put too much pressure on yourself. You have to act like you're a million, not act like you're a
I'm
million.
about
You
to
just,
be the craziest intern ever.
you know, you just
I'm stocking the fridge over there. I'm gonna be sweeping.
you just got to pretend like you're living in Toronto already, and just
Yeah.
you know, if you just got to have it in your head,
No, totally,
and it
totally.
works out.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Life's good. You guys are there. I think already.
I hope.
It's fun.
I hope so, man. We got
I
some
feel
more
like-
work to do, but I won't take for granted how far we've come so far. you
It's
know?
really easy too. It's like it's
Yeah.
kind of the name. It's the name of the game. Like musicians, like it's just you're never satisfied. That's why I think like people who want to do it choose it is because it never ends. There's no. It's like it's just a chase.
But if I were to tell, you know, like 12-year-old me, I had a perm, glasses, buck teeth.
Dude, you got rid of the perm?
I got rid of the perm. Well, I lost the perm because I'm going bald.
Puberty.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That sucks, man. I hate
sucks.
it. Yeah. So, but if I told myself, hey, like, you know, look at what you're doing now, I'd be like, damn, like, good for you. Like, don't fuck it up. Don't blow it, you know?
I'll put it this
So-
way: when we were drinking, we were watching the Stanley Cup final, and for your song to come on, and for me to say, "Turn the hockey game down and turn that music up," that's how you know.
that's the best.
That's huge, man.
That's how you
wouldn't
know.
have. I'm like, turn that shit off.
Shut that shit
We watched
off.
the game.
That's
No,
how you
that's
know.
amazing, man. Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
how you know.
Yeah.
What's on the agenda for the rest of the day? What time is it? 12. What's on the agenda for the rest of the day?
I got to go to work at 2.
Man, you
I
guys are
already
rock
worked.
stars. What are you doing? You're not going to work.
I ain't going to work.
I just worked 4 p.m. to 8 a.m. So I'm going home to go to bed for a couple hours, and then I have a birthday thing for my mom. So
Oh, nice. Were you guys going
Going
to
to that.
Chinese food or something?
no, I think we're going. I mean, my sister Alicia planned it, so it's got to be super extra. We're going to we're going to some place downtown that we often go to, and then I don't know.
I love
what's
that
after
place.
And then we're getting
love
drunk.
that
We're
I
getting,
actually know what place he's talking about.
I'm
too,
on
but
it?
yeah.
yeah.
We ate
And
there
then,
once,
and then
yeah.
we're going. Then we're getting drunk later.
Yeah, we're going to have
Oh, yeah,
some
it's Friday.
celebratory
No
drinks.
excuses.
Yeah.
Stanley Cup Finals tonight too.
Oh,
Well,
really?
Colorado could win.
Yeah.
So Nathan McKinnon could hoist the cup.
I
Could.
I haven't been super. I'm a big Caps fan. We didn't talk about
yeah.
hockey, but
Yeah. It's,
I've loved the Caps since the year before Ovi arrived because
whoa.
I loved Olaf Kolzig.
Wow. What a name to bring up.
Yes, I was just a massive Olaf Kolzig.
How did that love come for? Just randomly? Just
Yeah, I don't know.
that's crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah, those were back when they had those nice those Caps
those
jerseys were ugly back
amazing.
then. But now they're sick. Like it's
Well, they had the white one for like a year, and then
With
they
the
went
eagle?
to those. Yeah.
It's funny how
Sorry,
the
he
jersey.
has nothing on.
I like the Ducks. I like
Those are the best jerseys too.
I agree.
Like jerseys that looked terrible back in the '90s look incredible now.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's just
they're-
one big
it's a
cycle.
return,
Just
yeah.
one big cycle. Just like
Next
fashion.
year, man, they're going to win the cup.
two color. The two.
Ducks.
I just know it.
She knows nothing. He's just being an asshole. It's the two color coordination came back. Like there's two
Yeah.
colors on a jersey.
Simplify.
Yeah.
Oh, simplicity. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming over. This was a blast.
Yeah,
you guys got to
thanks
come
so
back
much.
on like before
Yeah.
summer's over. I love talking. You guys
oh
are
my
great.
gosh, I would
love
love that,
to.
man. That'd be amazing.
We're doing like a
Oh yeah, promote whatever you got to promote right now.
yeah. We're planning to do like some kind of tourish, or at least a set of a bunch of dates in like September, October. So like it'd be amazing to come back before then and have a list and be
Okay,
able to-
cool.
And get you guys out to a show as
Yeah,
well.
me and
That'd be
Mark,
cool.
we'll go
Yes.
backstage and say hi to them
Yeah,
before. Is
absolutely.
that good?
You'll get to
Come
see
on
us
stage
for-
during.
I'll take my shirt off. We'll do some push-ups before. He'll sing June. You and me will fist bump.
One of the
I
places
love
we
it.
perform has a punching bag in the back, so like,
So
we
it's
literally
getting
like we'll
upset.
just sit there.
But yeah, listen to our albums. Did you have fun in ZZZ?
They came out together on the same day. They're two different genres. One's rap and one's pop.
Follow us on
punk.
Instagram, Atay and JAX.
So you guys have Twitter too, Facebook. Those are big.
Yeah, anything. If you just search Atay, you'll find it all.
If you just
Atay
search
and
Jackson 666 on most things, you'll find me there. So it's all
He
good.
doesn't make it easy. Refuses to change
whatever.
his Instagram.
He wants a solo career.
Yeah.
He just wants to be solo.
He's still holding on
I'm
to
hunting
it.
for it. Just
He's
a little.
gonna make an account to go comment on this podcast and be like, "Yeah, I like Jax better."
I just might, man. I just might.
All right, you guys are awesome, man. Thank you once again for
No
coming on.
problem,
Like, you
man.
guys are definitely going to be back in here before winter gets here. So
Let's do it.
I appreciate that. Everyone listening, it's Friday, so there's no rules now. Hopefully McKinnon wins the cup tonight. I don't want to jinx anything. Knock on wood.
I like to call him Nate.
Nate, should I say anything else, Mark, or is that it? We're good. All right, that's it. We're out. Peace.
Peace.
Fellas, you killed that.
Oh, appreciate that shit.
easy when
I don't
have to talk and you guys go.
Fucking, I like, when we finish each other's sentences. That's funny.